My journey to understanding the Age of Aquarius. Hello all, I am Elizabeth J. McCarty, also known in these internet streets as Empress Elisheva, and I am the founder of Elizabeth McCarty Ministries, a metaphysical ministry dedicated to helping women align with and live out their highest vibrational realities in this lifetime. If you're interested in purchasing either of my books, please check out the link in the description box below. Currently, both are only available in ebook format on Amazon.com for Kindle or on BarnesandNobles.com or BN.com for Nook. Okay, so what follows is updated material from an original blog post I wrote a few years ago about this new age we've supposedly entered. Now, I will always recommend that one does their own comprehensive research, so I will include some sources to get you started, because when we start talking about planetary movements and science and stuff, me not being a physicist limits how in-depth I can comfortably go. You, however, can explore more deeply at your own leisure, and I recommend that you do so. Now, without further ado, I heard about the Age of Aquarius many years ago, and it sounded so cool and mysterious, but I just never understood what it actually meant. I know there's this late 1960s song made about it, aptly named The Age of Aquarius, by this band called The Fifth Dimension. And you maybe remember that this song was featured at the end of that 2005 Steve Carell comedic romance film, The 40-Year-Old Virgin. And there was a whole new term that was coined back in 1949 because of this concept. That term, if you haven't figured it out yet, New Age. All right. So for me, as I was growing up, it seemed to be everywhere. And yes, that might just be a consequence of like the type of stuff that I've always been into. But either way, the phrase was not new to me. But again, the only problem was I had no idea what it really was supposed to mean. Today, I can just open my dictionary app on my phone and boom, there it is. But I don't remember the definition and explanation being so easily accessible during my formative years when I was so curious about it. And as I got older, I realized that, okay, clearly this has something to do with astrology, right? Duh, Aquarius. Well, my brother's an Aquarius. What the heck did my baby brother have to do with any of this? Nothing, as it turned out. Nothing and everything. Because it isn't specifically about my little bubby, but it is about anyone who has incarnated on this planet, and especially those of us who have chosen to be here on Earth at this particular time in the planet's history. So what the Age of Aquarius actually is. According to Wikipedia, an astrological age is a time period in astrologic theology which astrologers claim parallel major changes in the development of Earth's inhabitants, particularly as it relates to culture, society, and politics. Okay, so culture, society, and politics, huh? Well, those are all things that describe what we as people on Earth do, right? How we conduct ourselves as we go about our daily lives. So what is supposedly happening is that our behaviors are being influenced by the energies bathing the planet due to this particular astrological age. In this instance, we're talking about the Aquarian astrological age, but obviously there are 11 other signs in the zodiac that represent other ages. According to this theory, during these ages, our behaviors as a global people are impacted macrocosmically and overarchingly, much like we are individually and microcosmically impacted by having a certain heavenly body at a particular placement in our personal natal chart. What I've come to understand regarding the Age of Aquarius is that it is one of 12 ages that our planet precesses through. The age right before Aquarius was that of Pisces, and before that, Aries, and so forth. As you can see, these precessions of the equinoxes see our planet moving backward through the signs, because usually the way we experience it annually, the order of the zodiac signs is different. You have Aquarius, right? Then you'd have Pisces after that. Then you'd have Aries after that, and then after that, Taurus, and so on and so forth. With a precession, the age of Aries gave way to the age of Pisces, which then gave way to where we are now, which is the age of Aquarius. Each astrological age lasts approximately 2,160 years, with one great year equaling approximately 25,920, which, if you've done the math, is actually just one 2,160 year period multiplied by the 12 zodiac signs. Well, whenever Earth precesses into the age of Aquarius, it enters into an age of light, when Earth is enabled with the opportunity to elevate dimensionally. In the multidimensional mythos of the universe, the fifth dimension is the dimension of oneness and the love frequency. The dimension where the heart chakra is opened and duality transcended. Duality consciousness, which is predicated upon seeing the separation, conflict, and difference in all things, is what contributes to strife and discord amongst the people on this planet, and is the prime contributor to the very challenges and difficulties our planet is experiencing right now. So, are we in the age of Aquarius now for sure? Well, it's funny because the exact date of the age of Aquarius has been attributed to various solstices and to the year 2012, but I hesitate to assign a specific date. Years ago, I heard the start of the age of Aquarius, and really any astrological age for that matter, described as a gradient. And that is the perfect way to explain it, as I do believe it is a gradual transition. For a long time, everyone was having a difficult time pinpointing a specific date because we were seeing shadings of the beginning of this new age throughout our changing culture. So it was evident that some sort of shift was upon us. For me, with all that was happening in 2020 and has happened in the years since, it's clear something apocalyptic is occurring. There was a sense of certainty among metaphysical circles that we would enter the age of Aquarius in 2012, likely because of the end of the Mayan calendar. But I honestly think my relative ignorance of in-depth astrological concepts has motivated me to find other ways to evidence this shift. 3 separate factors contributed to my subjective understanding and certainty that 2020 was closer to the exact year we as a solar system have precessed more fully into the age of Aquarius. That's the end of the Mayan calendar, our entrance into the photon band, and then just a bunch of visions that I've channeled over the last few years that only started to make sense this year. So we apparently enter the photon band whenever we enter into the age of Aquarius, right? Which would explain why it is called the age of light. The photon band is this band of light in our solar system that is transmuting our atmosphere. Okay, so supposedly we entered the photon band back on December 21st in 2019. I don't know about y'all, but during my transmutation experiences, everything low vibrational and energetically heavy comes up for my examination and eventual release of it. It's shadow work, plain and simple, wherein one is faced with those aspects of his or herself that have been hitherto hidden due to shame or societal conditioning. During these transmutation opportunities, you are given the chance to become aware of that which you've shunned about yourself so that you can accept it and integrate it into your being. This is wholeness. This is full self-acceptance. This is what the hell this planet is experiencing right now and has been experiencing in earnest, especially as the pandemic was upon us. I feel like it's noteworthy at this point to mention that the root of the word coronavirus is the word corona, which means crown in Latin. Kings were crowned with symbols of apotheosis or divine status as a method of linking their kingship with the goddess and to Hieros Gamos, or the sacred marriage between God and the goddess. To receive kingship was to have been approved by the goddess and essentially united with her. The uniting of masculine and feminine. Well, that is what the Christ consciousness is. To be the Christ is to be the anointed one, a phrase that harkens back to ancient rituals of Hieros Gamos, where the symbolic quote-unquote head of the god was anointed with oil. The Christos is the aligning of the two disparate energies of masculine and feminine, resulting in the birth of a Christ child, a divine child, or a new self. That's what the Jesus story really is all about in the first place, but that's a digression that I do not wish to engage in at the moment. A later video, surely. To receive the Christos is to achieve a level of awareness and knowingness, an inner union that creates a whole new being that the world has never seen, but is greatly in need of due to the wisdom he or she can and will ground onto the planetary grid of Gaia. Wisdom is light, information is light. The Age of Aquarius is the age of information. Heck, come to think of it, didn't the information superhighway explode in the last 30 to 40 years? So you see, to achieve the Christos is to achieve enlightenment. The coronavirus debacle enabled many people's eyes to be open to how they have been being controlled in their world through the use of fear, oppression, and the suppression of information. Every day, more and more long-held secrets are coming to light. As of just a few days ago, in fact, according to an article written by Josephine Walker via the news agency Reuters, the Senate is set to consider a bipartisan measure that would compel the U.S. government to publicly release records pertaining to possible UFO sightings after decades of stonewalling. And thanks to the Freedom of Information Act, it's already been revealed that the CIA was studying remote viewing, psychic phenomena, astral projection, and just the mind's potential in general. Symbolism speaks volumes, and going forward, our planet's inhabitants are going to be afforded the opportunity to raise their vibrations to align with the higher frequencies bathing our earthly home, so that we too can participate in this new age, this age of light, this age of love. What is said to be occurring in the solar system is actually what's occurring within you. You are embracing your inner light. You are becoming illuminated from within. Alright, bet. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. And while you're at it, hit subscribe. I'm a brand new channel and would really appreciate the love. Until next time, holla at your girl.